Say came back with a red shirt on, tiptoed through the alley, and went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated.
Lauren London. Okay, so I'm not surprised that her name has entered the chat as far as potential witnesses. Her and Cassie were really, really good friends. What I did not know, I guess my ear just ain't that close to the streets, yeah. But what I did not know is that after Nipsey passed, that Diddy paid for her security.
Puff.
Really?
Puff pulled me aside and was like, look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that.
It's official. You know, my brother is putting out the album Victory Lap. Yeah. The All-Star Weekend here in LA. Yeah. The love is back in the air. Yeah, all that. The music is in a certain pocket.
Hook up with the biggest rapper at the time. Everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy.
So Lauren London's name just came up in Diddy's jury selection process, and now everybody's asking, what does she have to do with this massive federal case? Well, Lauren actually used to be very close to both Diddy and Cassie. But even after that video evidence leaked of Diddy putting his hands on Cassie in a hotel hallway, Lauren said nothing and refused to publicly condemn Diddy. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. For years, there have been rumors about Diddy possibly being connected to Nipsey Hussle's death. And some people have been side-eyeing Lauren and speculating that she was used as a honeypot to get close to Nipsey and keep tabs on him. And yeah, it sounds wild, but these rumors have been floating around the industry and online for a long time. And now with Lauren being named during Diddy's trial, those old rumors are turning into loud conversations. And here's where it gets even messier. Reports also surfaced that Nipsey's brother Blacc Sam has allegedly distanced himself from Lauren over all these allegations about her and Diddy. And if you know anything about Sam, you know he's been fighting hard to protect Nipsey's name and legacy since day uno. But there's clearly more to this story than what's being said in public. So let's break it all down.
What kind of conversations did you and Diddy have? Because you and Diddy formed a relationship, I assume through Lauren London and Cassie.
Yeah. Bug threw me the alley-oop, you know.
Oh, you hooked you up with Lauren?
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, God.
As Diddy's trial officially gets started, both the prosecutors and his lawyers are going through a list of over 100 possible jurors, trying to find out who can be fair and unbiased. Jury selection started on Monday, May 5th, and one part of the process involved asking jurors if they recognized any names on a long list of people connected to the case. That list had about 190 names on it, mostly celebrities, and one name that stood out to a lot of people was Lauren London. But this really shouldn't come as a surprise, since for a minute now, rumors have been swirling about Lauren allegedly being more connected to Diddy's inner circle than most people realized. And it wasn't just industry parties or casual friendship. Some insiders say she had deeper ties to his empire behind the scenes. But after Nipsey Hussle was tragically killed in 2019, those whispers got louder. People started pointing out that it was Lauren who introduced Nipsey to Diddy, and then Diddy stepped in to executive produce Nipsey's final album, Victory Lap.
We gotta go back to the break. We gonna go back to the break. We're gonna clap again.
I'm gonna clap all night, man.
Yeah, I would.
Find me out different places. We spoke by the door and stand for traction. Double back there.
Lauren, I cracked you up.
But by the time Diddy started helping Nip, the project was basically done. Nipsey himself hinted that he wanted Diddy's feedback on the finished product, but Diddy convinced him there was still more work to do.
But yeah, you know, Puff, I brought the album to Puff when it was pretty much done. Just got his feedback, played it top to bottom, just wanted to see what he thought. And he was like, it's room on these records to continue to produce.
And that's just one of the many details that raised eyebrows. With Lauren being so close to Diddy for years, folks started putting pieces together. And now things are getting even messier, as some sources are saying this long-running Diddy-Lauren connection was the real reason why Nipsey's brother, Blacc Sam, allegedly distanced himself from Lauren. Now, what's also interesting is that after Nipsey passed, it was Sam and not Lauren who was put in charge of his estate. That means Sam was the one responsible for managing Nipsey's money and making sure his kids were taken care of. And according to court records shared by Radar Online, back in January 2022, a judge in Los Angeles gave Sam more time to deal with some unfinished matters related to the estate after he filed a request for an extension. Now fast forward to November 2023, and the court finally decided how to divide Nipsey's $11.3 million estate. It was split evenly between his two kids, his son Cross and his daughter Imani. According to the agreement, Lauren will manage Cross's half, which includes part of Nipsey's bank accounts and 50% ownership in his businesses like the Marathon clothing brand. Sam, on the other hand, was granted control of Imani's half, and he got legal guardianship of her. The court gave him that role because her mother, Tanisha Foster, was ruled unfit to take care of her. Also earlier that year, in March 2023, Sam shared that both Cross and Imani were made part owners of the Marathon store. He said it was a way to secure their future and make sure that they grew up knowing what it means to own something real. When I say we own it, it's in Hustle's kids' names, Sam said. This is something their father worked for and that they own, and that's important to me. Also, just having a brick and mortar once again reinforced what Hustle told us and taught us. Now, when it comes to Lauren, Sam has never said anything bad about her in public, which makes sense, since she's the mother of Nipsey's kids. But according to people close to Sam, he and Lauren allegedly never really saw eye to eye, and things reportedly got even more strained once Sam found out just how close Lauren was to Diddy. Now, let's take it back to March 31st, 2019, the day Nipsey was gunned down right outside his own Marathon clothing store in LA. The whole hip-hop world was in shock, and since then, people have been asking, why would someone who gave so much to his community be taken out like that? Well, that's where insiders and whistleblowers started filling in the blanks with different theories. One of them was Jaguar Wright, of course, who alleged that Nipsey's murder might have been part of an industry setup. And she even went as far as suggesting that both Lauren London and Snoop Dogg could have been involved.
Because if you were capable of doing what they're saying that you did to Tupac, why the f would we believe that you were capable of doing it to Nip, because he was about to eclipse you?
Dang.
All of your fucking secret meetings with Diddy, and y'all fucking knew that they put Lauren on him. All those fucking Diddy parties. All of the support that Snoop has for Honeycomb.
Jaguar even claimed that Lauren wasn't with Nipsey just because she loved him, but it was all allegedly part of a bigger setup planned by Diddy and the powerful people he answers to. According to Jaguar, Lauren was put in Nipsey's life on purpose to watch him and report back, basically acting as a plant.
Using you now, Lauren. You work with Diddy to line up your baby daddy. No, Lauren London isn't an only child. She has a sister, and her sister was working for the Honeycomb. Capricorn.
Wasn't Diddy executive producer of Nipsey's album?
Exactly.
But Jaguar didn't stop there. She also brought up the whole thing with Dr. Sebi. And if you're not familiar, here's why that's important. Nipsey was working on a documentary about Dr. Sebi, the herbalist who said he had natural cures for diseases like AIDS and cancer. A lot of people also believe Sebi was silenced because of that. So Jaguar claims that when Diddy started acting as a mentor to Nipsey while Nip was making his last album, he was really trying to control what Nipsey was doing.
Wanted him to stay the way from Dr. Sebi's work. It was a blind corporation that bailed his murder out of jail.
Now, some folks believe Diddy may have been dragging out the release of Nipsey's album for a bigger reason, and he allegedly wanted to somehow attach the Bad Boy label to it or use Nipsey's rising fame to boost Bad Boy's image. But Jaguar's theory takes it even further. In another recent interview, she repeated her claims about Lauren, saying Lauren was placed in Nipsey's life on purpose, not just for love, but as part of a bigger setup. And according to Jaguar, the whole goal was to link Nipsey to Diddy and eventually trap him.
Isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in L.A. It was Lauren that brought Nip to him. These women are used as pawns to move people around, to line people up.
And then there's another connection between Lauren and Diddy, her close friend, Capricorn Clark. In a recent episode of his prison podcast, Suge Knight claimed that Diddy put his hands on one of his female assistants because she didn't tell him about Cassie supposedly talking to Kid Cudi.
Same time he got a mother and what's a little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He felt Cap was keeping it on a low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch.
So that assistant Suge was talking about was Capricorn. Now, some folks online claimed she might be related to Lauren, but there's no solid proof of that. They just seem to have been really close friends. Either way, after it was announced that Diddy settled the lawsuit with Cassie in November 2023, Capricorn posted a Bible quote on Instagram that had people talking. It read, "Don't take the path of the wicked. Don't follow those who do evil. Stay away from that path. Don't even go near it. Turn around and go another way." And then she added, "Doors be unlocked. You gotta be willing to walk away from the money. Full stop. 2011 was hell. Tragic kingdom." Now, since all those allegations about Diddy started coming out, Capricorn has refused to speak about her time working for him. But back in 2017, she did an interview with Grailed where she revealed that she was the global brand director for Diddy's Bad Boy Records and worked as his personal assistant from 2001 until 2012. But she never explained why she left. At the time, it was reported that Diddy fired Capricorn for stealing. But based on what Suge said, it sounds like she might have left after Diddy attacked her physically. Now, considering that Capricorn was Diddy's personal assistant, she almost certainly had to sign an NDA. But here's the thing, NDAs don't protect crimes. So it's strange that Capricorn won't talk about what happened with Diddy, especially now that he's facing a trial and can't retaliate against her. As for Lauren, since she and Cassie were inseparable when Cassie was dating Diddy, many fans think Lauren might have also worked for Diddy in some way and could have been involved in some of the shady stuff like those freak-off parties. What's also interesting is that even after Cassie left Diddy, Lauren remained on good terms with him, but not with Cassie. In fact, Lauren even credited Diddy for helping her find the strength to speak at Nipsey's funeral.
It meant to us. We lost an incredible soul. We lost someone very rare to us, and we lost a real one. And we won't ever be the same. But in Hustle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is gonna test you, never fold.
In 2022, Lauren told Angie Martinez that she wasn't going to speak at the service at all, but then Diddy pulled her aside and encouraged her to show up.
I don't know if everybody, when you came out, everybody was like, because everybody had been feeling for you so strongly, and you seemed, I don't know, just like so regal and so. Did you feel that way? You looked so put together and strong.
I just felt like it was surreal. And I felt like I can honestly say God was carrying me through that. That wasn't me, that was all God. Because there was no way, I didn't even want to get dressed. I was gonna wear sweats. And,
were you really? Did somebody,
I'm not getting,
Did somebody pull you aside?
Somebody pulled me aside, Puff.
Really?
Puff pulled me aside and was like, "Look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that. But Puff was my, he's like a real brother.
He's been through a lot of loss too.
Right? So he was like, you show up. Because he heard, I guess, I don't know who told Puff I was.
Somebody called Puff. Somebody called Puff. Somebody in your family, on your team called Puff. Like, yo, talk to Lauren.
Because I was like, I'm wearing whatever. I'm not supposed to this, I was like giving that. And so he was like, no, show up. Show up with your head up.
But what's really odd is that Lauren and Cassie were supposedly best friends for so many years. But even after that video of Diddy attacking Cassie in the hotel was leaked, Lauren didn't say a word. Not a single word of support for Cassie or other victims. It's almost like she was quietly showing her loyalty still lied with Diddy. Sure, the incident didn't directly involve Lauren, but for someone who spent so much time around both Cassie and Diddy, it was really strange that she stayed silent. And now that Lauren's name has come up in Diddy's trial, fans are side-eyeing her again. They're bringing up old rumors that that she knows the truth about what really happened to Nipsey. Meanwhile, many fans genuinely believe Diddy had some connection to Nipsey's death, even if he didn't order it directly. One fan said, "Weird AF. She had a baby with Wayne, messing with Diddy, yet best friends with Cassie, and then sought out Nipsey. She went to his shop to meet him. Just saying, Nip really loved her. The pain is for his kids." And another person added, "Diddy had something to do with Nipsey's death. Watch the interview of Diddy and Nipsey. Diddy was one of the first people I thought of behind it." But what do you think about all these theories around Lauren and her connection to Diddy? Do you think people are just reaching with the idea that Diddy might be involved in Nipsey's death? Or do you think Lauren knows more than she's letting on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to stick around for this next video.